Good morning, boys and girls. So today we've got a quick rig up and we're going to be carrying out some repairs to this flat roof. It was lead. We just ripped the lead off. It was that old. It was as old as the house. It got cracks in it and all sorts. Just broke it away. So we're just going to first of all get all this cleaned up, get rid of any old detritus, get the moss out the gutters while we're here. And then hopefully we wanted to edge it and fiberglass it. So we'll see how we get on. Catch you in a bit. It's bloody high up here. Right, so now we've got it cleaned off. Got all this cleaned off. Still a bit of dirt in these tongue and grooves, which we can try and get out, but some of these are loose, like over here. So before you do any repairs, you've got to make sure all this stuff is secure. So that's one thing. Second thing, felt's a bit ruined here, so we're going to have to make sure our fiberglass runs under there and see if we can get our hands on a felt support tray and just put a bit of felt support in there. I've cleaned the gutters out while we're up here. While I was looking at that, I noticed there's a clip undone there, so I need to get that fastened. But this is the other thing, so we've got the slope falling the right way. That way's to the gutter, that way's to the roof. But what you can see here is all the tongue and groove is curved. So it's bored, so you can see there, look, and get the finger underneath and it touches, and finger underneath and touches. So what we're going to do is, instead of ripping this off, because it is quite structurally sound, it's good timber, what we're going to do is lay a sheet of OSB over the top. That way we'll get a nice flat, smooth level, or surface I should say, for the fiberglass, and we're not going to get any potential welling of water, which this tongue and groove floorboarding would do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack on and just start securing a few of these timbers down. Alright, you can see we've got the ply on now, so I'm just finishing putting the fixings in. Just to hold it down, then we'll start cutting the fiberglass trims for the edges all the way around. Next stage, prepping the fiberglass. So what we've done, I've done this in squares, and what you have to do, you have to overlap that on the joints. So let's imagine there's a joint there. So this is the trim anyway. So what you do, you overlap that between one and the next piece, fold it round, and then that'll go onto the OSB board, giving it a nice strong bond. And then there'll also be a long vertical strip goes across there, which I've cut some long bits there that will fold it up. You'll see better as we put it on. So yeah, the thing about fiberglass roofing is get it all prepared. So we're doing lots of cuts and all the rest of it, and then we'll go from there. Right, so the pliers on, we've got our edging batten on, and I'm being attacked by a wasp. So this is the first piece on here. All you've got to do is put a few galvos in just to hold it in. Mates doing the angle there, work our way around. Once all these pieces are on, then what we do is strengthen all these joints with fiberglass. So let's got all these on first. So what we've done there, we've got two pieces, but what we're going to do is join it on the back with a spare piece we've got, and then it makes it easier for us when it comes to putting the fiberglass on, and it gives this a bit more strength here. There we go. Alright, let's get that nailed in. Right, there we go then. So we've got all the trim on around the edge. Now we need to strengthen the joints with fiberglass, so we'll mix up some fiberglass, resin, and go from there. I'm not filming that bit till it's done because it's messy, but yeah, tidy. So you can see where now we've put the reinforcing strips across the joints and the corners. So rolled it as well with the agitator. Yeah, that thing there. God, that's messy, but that's the gel coat on. All done. So now that'll cure overnight. It'll cure within an hour or so. But yeah, that's totally waterproof now. So at least we're not going to get any water in tonight. Once it's got off, what we'll do is see about these little hairy things here. We'll get all them sanded off, make sure it's all nice and smooth around the edges, and then we paint it all with the grey top coat. Right, catch us when we do that. It's the next morning. So I don't know if you can see, but the fiberglass has actually gone off. Rock hard. So there's a bit of night dew on here, so I'll just give it a sweep. Right, then what we're going to do now, we're going to give it a sand. So every now and then you get bits of, there's a bit of fibre there, look, that's not loose, that one's fixed. So these little bit sticky bits and these bits on the edges, you just run over them with a sander and they break off before we put the top gel coat on. All the way around. But this is waterproof now. The grey coat we put on is a UV protection. Right, now to a bit of sanding, so we've got the orbital sander out, so it's just to get rid of these little silly little scrag ends. Okay, so I've done a sand off, got rid of all the little bits off from on the edges, sanded off the corners, all the way around, so the white bits you can see is where I've gone over it with a sander. So just make sure there is no little proud bits, that's it, that's a loose bit, all around there, around the edges there. So what we'll do is get the gel coat on now, make sure this is totally dust free, and then we'll go for it. See you on the other side. So I've just done this side and I've got all the way, so we did around the edges. You'll make sure there's no pin pricks anywhere, excuse me, you know, like little air bubbles. So I'm just going along the flashing along the back there. You're going to come around, we're going to do the edging just similar to what I did, and then what we'll do, we'll wet back off there, back onto the rig. We're nice and liberal with it, you don't have to be tight. And a nice good thick layer. You don't get any runs in it, we're alright. So this, we picked up about 2.5 litres top coat. That should be ample enough for this thing, it's like 3.5 metres square. Remember, the only top coat is not going to stick on the individual resin. So let's see how it's sat on. What you do is the top fibre, like a fluffy roller. So it's like it's really intense, like now. Yeah, it's on it. It's just a fluffy roller. So like I say, there's a bit of full top. It's easier just to pick up by wet. The green last night and the best quality was just today. And this is just for UV protection. You don't have to do it really, but you can't see that as you fall into like the other best can't see it when you go over the sander. Yeah, so you just spend it in there. You have to do it. I'm not seeing it. I've got a couple of pin pricks here, so I'm just going to over it. It's very subtle. There's a bit there. That's it, bro. Painting, like the... Make sure you put too much hard in this as well. Put too much in, the water too quickly, you can taste your ass. So you stay still. It doesn't mind, put too little, you just let it go into the water, because it's a... I'll pass this, you put it, everything reaction, and then that's what changes the whole chemical formula of this chocolate. So you got it. I said, go. That's too late. Go jelly. You say, oh, you look it up. Yeah, so that's just you see what's I should go rolling, you just have to be, just have to go on jelly. But don't make that, make sure look at the jelly. Chocolate leads down there. Look at the airings. Anyway, yeah, like, tomato juice! Look outside, mate, make see the pinpricks on the diagonal. Look on the diagonal edge, see a few pinpricks. Yep, I see them. I see them. I call them pinpricks because they're not actually a pinprick, but it's the best way to describe it. It's just where you've got a little bit of a hollow in the fibre and it's not filled with the gel coat fully. Just an extra thick coat over it. It'll drip in. You can see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you can see the slope on the flat roof on the centre outwards, and it also slopes this way as well. Oh, look at that, a bit of moss on the back.
Oh shit. No, well, leave it there, be alright. It's under the towel anyway.
Yeah, obviously that's going to get folded back down and the tiles will go back.
Where's it gone? Yep, that's it.
And just remember the front when you do this, that's just a trim. So all it needs, you just basically painting it. The fiberglass obviously needs a good coat on it.
Yeah, I see the pinprick.
You see it, matey?
I'm sure it's there because I can't reach any further.
Yeah. And that's that.